Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about Shakespeare's sonnet. I am Rajni Mina, Assistant Professor, Government College Rawatwata. Shakespeare sonnets. This book is written by William Shakespeare. Uh, his country name is England. Language early modern English. Genre Renaissance poetry. Publisher of this book was Thomas Thorpe. Publication date of this book is 1609. Shakespeare's sonnets are poems that William Shakespeare wrote on a variety of themes. When discussing or referring to sonnets, Shakespeare sonnets, it is almost always a reference to the 154 sonnets that were first published all together in a quarto in 1609. There are six additional sonnets that Shakespeare wrote, included in the poem Romeo and Juliet, Henry V, Love's Labour's Lost. There is also a partial sonnet found in the play Edward III. Introduction. Shakespeare's sonnets are considered a continuation of the sonnet tradition that swept through the Renaissance from Petrarch in 14th century Italy and was finally introduced in 16th century England by Thomas Watt and was given its rhyming meter and division into quatrains by Henry Howard. With few exceptions, Shakespeare's sonnet observed the stylistic form of the English sonnet, the rhyme scheme, the 14 lines, and the meter. What Shakespeare's sonnet introduced such significant departure of content that they seem to be reveling against well-worn 200 years old traditions. Instead of expressing worshipful love for an almost goddess like yet unobtainable female love object as Petrarch, Dante, and Philip Sidney had done, Shakespeare introduced a young man. He also introduced the dark lady who is no goddess. Shakespeare explores themes such as lust, homoerotism, misogyny, infidelity, acrimony in ways that may change but which also open new terrain for the sonnet form. The quarto of 1609 primary source of Shakespeare sonnet is a quarto published in 1609 titled Shakespeare's Sonnet. It contains 154 sonnets which are followed by the long poem A Lover's Complaint. 13 copies of the quarto have survived in fairly good shape from the 1609 edition, which is only edition. There were no other printings. There is evidence in a note on the title page of one of the extant copies that great Elizabethan actor Edward Allen bought a copy in June 1609 for 1 shilling. The sonnet covers such themes as the passage of time, love, infidelity, jealousy, beauty, mortality. The first 126 are addressed to a young man, and the last 28 are addressed to a woman. Sonnet 138 and 144 had previously been published in the 1599 miscellany The Passionate Pilgrim. The title of the quarto, Shakespeare's sonnet, is consistent with the entry in the stationer register. The title appears in uppercase lettering on the title page, which is followed by the phrase "near" before imprinted. The title also appears every time the quarto is opened. That the author's name in a possessive form is part of the title sets it apart from all other sonnet collections of the poem, except of for one Sir Philip Sidney's posthumous 1591 publication that is titled Share Pierce, his Astrophel and Stella, which is considered one of the Shakespeare's most important models. Sidney's title may have inspired Shakespeare, particularly if the WH of Shakespeare's dedication is Sidney's nephew and heir William Herbert. The idea that the persona referred to as the speaker of the Shakespeare sonnet might be Shakespeare himself is aggressively repudiated by scholars. The title of the quarto do seem to encourage that kind of speculation. The first 17 poems, traditionally called the procreation sonnets, are addressed to the young man, urging him to marry and have children in order to immortalize his beauty by passing it to the next generation. Other sonnets express the speaker's love for the young man, brood upon loneliness, death, transience of life, seem to criticize the young man for preferring a rival poet, express ambiguous feelings for the speaker's mistress, and pun on the poet's name. The final two sonnets are allegorical treatments of Greek epigrams referring to the little love god Cupid. The publisher Thomas Thorpe entered the book in the Stationers' Register on 20 May 1609. Whether Thomas Thorpe used an authorized manuscript from Shakespeare or unauthorized copy is unknown. George Ede printed the quarto and the run was divided between the booksellers William Aspley and John Wright. Dedication. The initial TT word are taken to refer to the publisher Thomas Thorpe, though Thorpe usually signed prefatory matter only if the author was out of the country or dead. Mr. W.H. the dedicee. The identity of Mr. W.H., the only begetter of Shakespeare sonnet, is not known for certain. His identity has been the subject of a great amount of speculation. That he was the author's patron, that he was both patron and the fair youth who is addressed in the sonnets that the fair youth is based on Mr. W.H. is some sonnets but no other, and a number of other ideas. William Herbert, the Earl of Pembroke, is seen as perhaps the most likely identity of Mr. W.H. and the young man. He was the dedicatee of first folio. Thorpe would have been unlikely to have addressed a lord as Mr. But there may be an explanation. Perhaps that form of address came from the author who wanted to refer to Herbert at an earlier time when Herbert was a young man. There is a letter dedication to Herbert in another quarto of verse Ben Jonson Epigrams 1616, in which the text of Johnson's dedication begins, My Lord, while you cannot change your merit, I dare not change your title. Johnson's emphasis on Pembroke's title and his comment seem to be his chiding someone else who had the audacity to use the wrong title, as perhaps is the case in Shakespeare's dedication. Forms and structure of sonnets. The sonnets are almost all structured of three quatrains, 4-line stanzas, followed by a final couplet of 2 lines. The sonnets are composed in iambic pentameter, the meter used in Shakespeare's plays. The rhyming scheme of is ABAB, CD, EF, GG. Sonnets using this scheme are known as Shakespearean sonnet or English sonnet or Elizabethan sonnet. Often at the end of the third quatrain occurs the volta, means turn, where the mood of the poem shift and the poet express a turn of thought. There are few exceptions. Sonnet number 99, 126 and 145. Number 99 has 15 lines. Number 126 consists of 6 couplet and 2 blank line marked with italic brackets. 144 is in iambic tetrameters, not pentameters. In one other variations on the standard structure found, for example in sonnet 29, the rhyme scheme changed by repeating the second rhyme of quatrain as the second rhyme of the quatrain 3. Apart from rhyme, considering only the arrangement of ideas and placement of the volta, a number of sonnets maintain the two-part organization of the Italian sonnet. In that case, the term octave and sestet are commonly used to refer to the sonnet's first 8 lines, followed by the remaining 6 lines. There are other line groupings as well, as Shakespeare finds inventive ways with the content of the 14-line poems. Characters of the sonnets. When analyzed as characters, the subject of sonnets are usually referred to as the fair youth, the rival poet, and the dark lady. The speaker expresses admiration for the fair youth's beauty, and if reading the sonnets in chronological order as published, there later has an affair with the dark lady, then so does the fair youth. Current linguistic analysis and historical evidence suggests, however, that the sonnets to the dark lady were composed first around 1591 to 1595, the procuration sonnets next, and the later sonnets to the fair youth last 1597 to 1603. It is not known whether the poem and their characters are fiction or autobiographical. Scholars who find the sonnets to be autobiographical have attempted to identify the characters with historical individuals. Thank you so much for watching the video.